What is up, my good people? What is going on? Luca Rosano here, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all are doing great. Come on in here, smash that like, hit that subscribe button if this is your first time to the channel. Hit post notifications so you never miss another one of my videos. I got a great video in store for all of you today. The Toronto Raptors, they've been on thin ice in terms of injuries. Just when you think this team is going to get back to 100%, we got some new injuries to report on and to talk about. Luckily for the Raptors, they just avoided losing their fourth straight game last night against the Phoenix Suns. It was a great comeback effort led by Pascal Siakam, and the Raptors are back in the win column. But guys, I wanted to do this video because I wanted to speculate some potential buyout market options for the Toronto Raptors. Now, as we head towards the postseason, maybe the Raptors should consider picking up a guy who can help them late. Now, it is important to note that the buyout deadline for players to be bought out by their respective teams was on March 1st. So now no new player can enter the market. And some of the bigger players have already been picked up by some playoff teams. Marvin Williams went to the Bucks. Markieff Morris, of course, went to the Los Angeles Clippers. And then you look at a guy like Reggie Jackson, he too went to the Los Angeles Clippers. So a lot of big names are off the board. But there are still some pretty interesting candidates and names out there that I thought we would speculate and take a closer look at, as I'm going to be telling you guys, in my opinion, the three best buyout market options still available for the Toronto Raptors if they consider picking a piece up to combat some of the injuries, just to give them some more insurance, as of course we hit the postseason very, very, very soon. But guys, please do me a solid favor again, like, sub, share. You can follow me on social media. If you guys want to keep the conversation rolling, you can always hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. I'm on TikTok now, and of course on Facebook. And yeah, guys, we're going to roll out with it. So we'll start here, guys. We'll start with the first best available option for the Toronto Raptors to potentially ponder. And that's actually going to be Allen Crabbe. So the Athletics' Shams Charania first reported the news that the Timberwolves and Crabbe, they agreed to a buyout, and he just made the buyout deadline, like I said, which was on March 1st, and that he would be available to join a playoff team once he cleared waivers, which he has. So therefore, Allen Crabbe remains a very, very, very interesting option for the Toronto Raptors, guys. He's a career 39% shooter from deep on 4.2 attempts per game, and while this is the worst shooting season of his career, sometimes all a player like that needs is a change of scenery, especially when you're going from a very bad team to a very good team. And walking into a situation like the Toronto Raptors could very well help Allen Crabbe's game overall. And let me start by saying this. Allen Crabbe is by no means a better shooter than someone like Matt Thomas, though he could be a better defender. But we could always use another shooter, guys. We could always use a guy who can stretch the floor, hit a big-time three, and it would also act as adding a little bit more depth, you know, as we've seen guys like Pat McCaw, Norman Powell suffer some injuries, and most recently, Fred VanVleet is back on the shelf. So by no means necessary. Crabbe wouldn't be a starter or even a key rotational player, but he could certainly be an insurance policy for a team that just can't stay healthy right now. And when the playoffs roll around, you could always use another guy who's capable of hitting the three. So I think Allen Crabbe would be an interesting pickup for the Raptors. I still think he has a lot of upside to his game. So you know what? If the Raptors did want to take a chance on him, like I said, you can never have too many shooters, and you could definitely use his services in late game situations. All right, guys, the next best available buyout market option for the Toronto Raptors, in my opinion, his name is Isaiah Thomas. No, not that Isaiah Thomas, this Isaiah Thomas. Now, you look at the story of Isaiah Thomas, guys, and he's had a difficult career since leaving the Celtics. I can't believe we were talking about Isaiah Thomas as one of the best guards in the game just a few short seasons ago. I mean, this guy was dominating, and then his career just took a turn for the worst. He was traded once again, going from the Washington Wizards to the Los Angeles Clippers most recently, and then the Clippers unfortunately waived Thomas right after he turned 31 years old. So that was bad news for Isaiah Thomas. But you look at Isaiah Thomas, guys, the Raptors certainly could take a chance on IT, who still has a lot left to prove. Playing for the Wizards, I mean, Thomas, he didn't have such bad numbers. He actually rejuvenated his game. He started in 37 of the 40 games for Washington and averaged 12.2 points, 1.7 rebounds, and 3.7 dimes. Thomas's downside, of course, is his defense. I mean, Isaiah Thomas, he's a short player. He's 5'9", and he definitely has trouble containing larger players, and he can be often exploited in mismatches. But what he does excel in, and something that the Raptors could use him in, is with generating offense and having spurts of offense. He's also a very strong passer, and he's an even better three-point shooter. Thomas's offensive arsenal is extensive. From downtown this season, he had an average of 2 triples per contest on 4.7 attempts. That's 41.3% from downtown, guys. That is a new element to Thomas's game, which is a clear upgrade from his career average of only 36.4% from deep. Now, Thomas has also shown that he can still create his own shot and get a timely bucket. I mean, even if Isaiah Thomas is added to sit at the end of the bench, having him available to help lighten the load on both Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet makes sense. And the Raptors could always use a legitimate backup point guard come playoff time. One that, again, knows the game, he's a veteran, has high basketball IQ, and can generate offense. So, Isaiah Thomas, I know a lot of people might be sitting there and saying, why the hell would the Raptors want to get Isaiah Thomas? At this juncture of the season, it wouldn't hurt the Raptors to take a chance on IT. Yes, their backcourt would officially be the smallest by far, but Isaiah Thomas still has a lot to prove, I believe, and he could be a help to a team that's already considered a playoff contender, and that could very well help the Toronto Raptors down the stretch if they were to gamble on a guy like Thomas and he panned out. And the last best available buyout market option for the Toronto Raptors, in my opinion, is Joakim Noah. So, obviously, Noah is certainly not the player that he once was. However, the once left-for-dead big man played 42 games with the Memphis Grizzlies last season, and he was surprisingly effective during that time. Guys, Noah averaged 15.5 points, 12.4 rebounds, and 4.6 assists per 36 minutes last season. Those numbers are remarkable. Those numbers aren't passable. And those absurdly good figures, that's actually a better stat line per 36 minutes than a guy like Chris Boucher, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, or even Marc Gasol. Now, obviously, a stat line like that doesn't accurately measure overall impact, but you can't put up those numbers if you're completely washed. More impressive than Noah's offensive numbers is the defensive impact he made for the Grizzlies. Memphis's defense was 6.7 points per 100 possessions better with Noah on the floor last season. They allowed fewer shots at the rim, rebounded better, and forced more turnovers when Noah was on the court. He also averaged a steal and 1.6 blocks per 36, but his defensive impact was much greater than that. And guys, this is an obvious one to me because with Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol currently out, it wouldn't be such a bad idea for the Raptors to pick up another solid veteran big man who has playoff experience. Now, I have no idea what Noah's game shape looks like because he hasn't played in quite some time. But I mean, if the opportunity is there to bring in a guy like Noah who can be an excellent boost and insurance policy for the Raptors up front, I think the Raptors shouldn't pass up on that. Joakim Noah, given who he is and his track record and given the impressive campaign he had last season, maybe just having another shot on a good team is all it takes to rejuvenate his career. So Joakim Noah is the last player we're going to talk about, guys. And some honorable mentions that I was going to include but didn't in my top three are Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith. That's, of course, because one or the other is more than likely going to sign with the Lakers. Who that is remains to be seen. So let's just say the Lakers go after Waiters. J.R. Smith is another guy that the Raptors could potentially add to help their scoring and shooting woes. Or if the Lakers elect to go with J.R. Smith, which in my opinion would be best for them, then maybe the Raptors take a gamble on Dion Waiters. I mean, he's been such a highly regarded guard, but he never really lived up to his potential. But apparently he looks good in the workouts, and I had Scoop B on the show on Friday say that both JR and Dion Waiters are right now working out for the Lakers, and one or the other is more than likely going to be signed. So those are my 2 honorable mentions, and there's one more honorable mention that I decide to leave for last. Let me know what you guys think of this potential option. From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, coming in at 5'5", he is the Italian sharpshooter, Luca Rosano. There you have it, guys. Just wanted to give you my insights and analysis and my opinion on some potential buyout market options that the Raptors could go after. I mean, I'm still available as well, as you saw. So, guys, let me know who you think the Raptors should go after, if any player. Again, the Raptors in all likelihood will stand pat. They will in all likelihood not do anything, but I still wanted to speculate what's still out there, who the Raptors could potentially go get if the opportunity arises. So let me know. Do you agree with these guys that I named? Is there another player that I didn't name? Or do you think the Raptors should just shut it down, stand pat, and just hope to get healthy just before the playoffs and run with this team? That is more than likely going to be the answer. But again, I decided to have fun with this video, and I just want to see what all you have to say on this idea. So let me know, guys. Hit me up down below. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe. Share this video. We're almost at 11K. Follow me on social media. And keep it loaded. Keep it locked and loaded on this channel, man. I got a lot of great content coming, so I can't thank you guys enough for the continuous support on this channel. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. Have yourselves a great day. Till next time, thank you for watching. My name is Luca Rosano. Peace out.